Music by the
You ready, Ian?
Let's go.
Kyle, you ready?
You know it.
Alright. I'm ready too. Let's do this.
We've been working round the clock. We ain't got the time to stop. We've been trying to find a spot just to chill, kinda feel like it gotta be the watch. Heroes don't wear capes, despite what you heard. We just regular people that risk our life when we serve. Bring some light when it's dark, give some sight when it's blurred. We lionesses and lions just trying to fight for the herd. We don't live like kings, don't get treated like queens.
Welcome back. This is the Watch Booth. I'm your host, Jordan Adams. I'm with my co-host, Ian, with a lowercase I, and Kyle, who's not backwards.
Okay. So hold on. The only reason I put a lowercase I is if I edit my name with an uppercase I, it looks like an L. And you know how many times in my life people have called me Lan? It makes no sense because it's like who's Lan? Who's named Lan?
Clearly you are. You are.
So I wanted to be all caps because I'm loud and obnoxious, but now I have to do a lowercase I, which makes sense because like I'm a small guy, but big. I have a big feeling, big things, vibes,
big personality.
There you go.
It's like you're small and big at the same time.
Would that make?
I guess we could go with that. Biggies, I'm Smally Bigs.
Smally Bigs.
Okay. So what's up with you guys? Let's do a little check-in. How y'all been?
Go ahead, Kyle.
Don't all jump at once.
I've been all right, but I've been out on injury. I hurt my back the 6th, and it's really sucky. I can't work out. I can't really do much. I'm starting therapy this coming week though. So hopefully, man, I could get back in the saddle because this ain't it, man. Like, here's the interesting thing, right? And this is how I'm wired. And some people will relate, most people won't. Like, a couple of days off extra is really cool. But, like, after a week and a half, you're just like...
Like, being away from work has always been weird for me. Like, coming back, it's like, I don't know, it's
almost like you forgot what to do for a little bit. Like, wait, is this my first day?
Yeah, it's nothing like when you get back and you want to get back into your mojo. Yeah. Like I wait for a call to come in quick just so I can get that feeling back.
And I think if I didn't like my job, this would be like the greatest thing ever. But what's today? Sunday I'm gonna come in anyway because Sauce-day. I'm in just in case y'all don't know. But yeah, man, that's it, man. Just pretty much been trying to do what I could do. I just had the kids. I just dropped the kids off this morning. So that's been fun. That's kind of been taking my mind off of it. Other than that, though, man, been immobile Jack.
You know what makes I don't mean to cut you off, Ian, but you know what makes being home even worse?
What's that?
When you're married.
He said that.
Wow. Explain, please.
Yeah.
Because when you're home, even if you're off on injury or you're sick or whatever, you always got a honey-do list.
Really? Even when you're injured? I thought that's like when you get, well, I guess, yeah.
You never married a Puerto Rican then. Because
I'm not married to a Puerto Rican, but that's like the same.
I was off on injury one time, and man, I was like, I told her I remember going back to the doctor, and the doctor was like, "Listen, you got a herniated disc. I need you to stay out at least another 2 weeks." I said, "Doc, I'm gonna give you
sign off on the paper."
I said 1 week. Give you 1 week, and I gotta go back. I was like, "This is." Every day it was like, "I need you to do this, and that," and then the next day you could find more stuff for me to do. I'm gonna need you to do this. I said, "Okay, yeah, you know what? I got to get back to work, baby."
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm feeling great. I'm going back to work.
Yeah, you know what? No, my neck is fine.
But see, I'm on the flip side of that, right? I always because I'm a very unorganized person, so I do appreciate the honey-do list in the sense that like it gives me something to like focus and get done. Because like if you were to just leave it to me, I just like chill all day and not be productive. So at least her list, I still do the like the child thing or the teenage thing. Like I wait until the very last minute to complete my list, but at least I'm productive in some kind of form, where I'm not, I'm not just being a schlep all day. Because like if she didn't help me, if she wasn't the person that she was, man, I'd just be like,
well,
see,
I fall in the middle of that, and it sucks because I have to make the honeydew list, but I also have to do it. So me being hurt, like if I don't do it, it doesn't get done. So it's like sometimes you got to grit your teeth and figure it out or go without.
You don't got no neighbors that'll help you? No upstairs neighbors?
To be honest with you, and here's the thing, right? I do have a community of people. One of this thing, and this is obviously revealing a lesson for myself. Like I struggle with asking for help. So I've had to go beyond that and actually start, asking for help. Like, last week, Ian had to help me with the grocery shopping and carry the groceries in the house and stuff. Yeah. But even that was difficult. Like, I don't even think I asked. I kind of just like, yeah, I'm strong. He was like, yeah, man, I could help you. I was like, okay. Like, I didn't actually say, hey, can you
this dude asked me for help at the grocery store to like help like bring the stuff to the car. And then I was like, wait, how, like, is OJ home? Like, are you going to have someone to help you when you get home? He's like, no, I don't think so. I'm like, do you need me to help you? He's like, nah, I think I'm good. I'm like, man, I'll just meet you at your house, man. I'll help you out. And I was like, my man's like, he's literally walking like an old man, like just all like
super stiff. I'm usually in and out the grocery store. I literally was there. Like, how long did it take you to get there? And I was just finishing. Like,
it took me a while. Well, it took me a while because me and Jordan were bullshitting, but
but it brought me perfect time. Otherwise, you would have been sitting there, and I'm like, you'd have been like, damn, how long are you gonna take? So it worked out perfect.
Word. So Ian, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm trying to think about this last week, right? So we dropped the Rico episode. So I feel like this week I've been processing at least that and the Will podcast. I feel like all that's just dropped at one time. So it made me like rethink about a lot of things that are going on in the job. I think we're dealing with some change soon. So it made me think about like how we adjust to change. I don't know if I consider myself a good like if I deal with change well or not. I think I deal with change like relatively well, but I hate it, especially when it like makes me uncomfortable. So I think I've been like discovering that part of me this week. I'm like how uncomfortable change does make me feel, but I'm forward thinking on it, right? Because I know change is inevitable. So, I'm able to at least try to. I keep trying to tell myself, there'll be a next day and things will be normal, and you just find a way to always like persevere and make it through the change. You readapt and overcome. So I was, I guess, a little bit of enlightening this week, but other than that, I mean, I was battling with a little cold, so I have like a little mucus I'm still dealing with. Yeah, that's been fun, especially in this current time. And
you're like a pariah.
God, I hope not. I mean, everything seems negative so far. But today is Friday, December 17th. So I would be remiss to not mention that today is my mom's birthday. We're going to be celebrating my mom's birthday. So happy birthday, Mom. Kiss, mom. Kiss. Yeah. So just looking to enjoy a weekend with the family. But nothing too crazy, nothing too special has happened since our last meeting.
Nice.
And you, Jordan, did you talk? I don't think you talked about your week.
No. My week's been a little bit hectic. It's a little hectic, but I don't want to go too crazy in depth. But my son's school is just going crazy with COVID outbreaks. So it's like, it's just always like contact tracing and keeping people home, and it might as well take the whole 5th grade out, But so I mean,
Your school is not, or his school is not the only one that experiencing though. Like,
No,
I mean, I
no,
get
no.
alerts all
It's
the
been
time.
crazy.
All these schools
Yeah.
are closing down. So
It's been crazy, and if you if you're vaccinated, then the rules are different. So it's like if you were in contact, go back to school. But if you're not, then you got to stay home. So there's a bunch of kids staying home because kids aren't always old enough to get vaccinated. So so I got a house full of kids, and I'm hoping that they don't interrupt this podcast and start banging on the door or say, "Dad, it's time for lunch." I gave them all their phones and told them to text me if they need me, but hopefully they don't need me.
that's got to
But
be
no,
like the toughest part about this pandemic, right? It's like the fallback on the parents. Like I thought about it the other day or a couple of weeks back. I had to watch my niece because her parents were working, and I mean, thank God we were home to watch her child so she could do the Zoom meeting for her class. But like, it makes me think like how many parents out there that don't have that ability because they don't have somebody to watch or they don't have the time to watch their kids so they can be on the online classroom. That's got to be the toughest thing to deal with right now.
Maybe they should call our hero of the week from a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Elastic Renaissance.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, good memory.
Yeah. It was like, I mean, it's been like that through the whole pandemic, especially when they completely shut down.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, what do you do? Like, we got jobs that we got to go to.
Right. We can't just duck out of it.
Right. And if my wife didn't work a job that they sent them home and they worked remotely as well, like we would have been screwed.
Oh, you know what? I have a great idea. And I hate to get into like our job talk, but we should create a position on the job as an overtime spot. And it's just firefighter daycare.
Right.
Yeah, we just have one person at the firehouse just playing firefighter daycare.
Watch 50 people's kids. That's a
yeah,
great
like, hey man, I can't find someone for my kids. I need someone to watch my kids, bring them to work, and maybe, I got
maybe that'd be good for a light duty position.
Instead of just having the person sit to watch.
Yeah, right, and not being that effective. I'm just trying
to get back to work, guys.
But you're gonna be able to run after all those. You're gonna be able to run after all those rascals with your bad back.
I shut them down. I go, "Where are you going?" And they go, "Oh, nowhere. I got you. I got you."
See, look at that. Ideas. I'm creating positions. Helping people make more money and helping parents out.
You know what that's called? Stimulating the economy.
Hey, baby. Hey. I'm all about the capitalism, baby. Or is that socialist? I don't know.
Who knows?
That's not.
I don't get these.
Let's not get too far in the woods on that.
Yeah. Let's not.
All right, so let's. Today we're doing something different. We're in different locations for various reasons.
Right.
So, I feel like in this podcast, we're really getting our feet wet. We are learning how to overcome every technical and physical difficulty there is. And so this is just another one for the books. So this is like a landmark episode, like episode 2 was, because that one was pretty challenging. I don't think people fully understand the challenges in that one. So shout out to Jordan for being the master editor that he is.
Absolutely.
My God.
Well, and this one will be a little more unique because we will eventually. I mean, sometimes we'll use this format because of our scheduling conflicts. So this is a good monumental step for us, at least, trying to figure out. Because guys, I mean, you don't understand. It's 11:45 now. I mean, we've been working on this for well over an hour to try to get this right.
And I think you're being generous with the hour too, because I think it's been a little more than that.
We could have recorded a couple podcasts in the
the time that
I should have just hit record. There was a lot of good content.
There was a lot of witty banter that we missed out on.
So this is another plane driver. This is a plane driver experiment.
We never addressed the plane driver, and I know people were
Well,
asking about it.
They ask. I feel like if they take enough time, they'll get it.
There was
No?
a lot of people that came up to me and were like, "Hey, what does plane driver have to do with anything that you guys are talking about?" I'm like, "Golly,
Oh man.
you guys didn't pick up on that? Like, what is a
Wow.
plane driver? Like, think about it. What's a plane driver?" They're like,
So wait, is that my fault?
"Seriously."
Is that my fault?
No,
No, I
It's
mean,
their fault
you're
for not
hold on,
understanding.
hold on. Yes, it's your fault because you were being weird, doing the weird stuff that you do.
I'm
But
just saying.
it's like it was easy enough for me to figure out. Like, it wasn't like this wasn't a Riddler where
So
like
it was kind of like my idea to call, because I play with words, and we were like, "Oh, this is our pilot episode." I was like, "So it's the plane driver, right?" Because the plane driver is a pilot.
Right,
Episode.
right. I mean, I think that if
I
you're
thought they
waiting,
would get it.
yeah, but
That's
some
my
people
fault.
didn't.
My
So
fault.
well, you know what? We'll dub this since we're going like full virtual pandemic mode right now. I think we'll dub this the boat driver.
Sweet.
What do you
'Cause
call
boat drivers
wait,
are still? Wait, no,
wait.
those are like.
it's a,
What
no,
is-
that's the
It
captain.
depends. Yeah, they're
Is it a captain?
I
Is
think
it
it's a
cap-
captain.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, what is a boat
You do
driver?
it.
I don't even know.
No, you
Sick.
think you just
Do
now
it.
you just
Look at me. I'm the captain
okay, okay, all right.
now. Yeah.
So I think that now that all the heavy stuff is out the way, right?
Yeah.
And I don't mean to say it like that, but there was some heavy stuff.
And I mean, we were dancing around it, bro. We had to address it.
Right. I think we can get back to just some lighter stuff. Maybe there'll be times that things happen that we need to get back into some heavy stuff. But I think for the time being, we get into just being light, having fun, being friends.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just flowing.
Just
How about
friends
this?
being friends.
I'll say this, right? This is going to be a fun, unprovoked question. But what are we doing? We're doing virtual casting. What is our lower body wear look, right? Everybody suspects that we're probably in just like
Boxers, bro.
boxes and shorts.
Boxers.
Like, what if I stepped up right now and just showed I got ass chaps? I don't have ass chaps, but
No.
That would have actually been very
I
funny.
couldn't. How about this? I'm so fucking short you couldn't even see my lower half. Now that's
You
fucking
don't have a
weird.
stool that you keep with you.
I could hold on. I
do
endanger
things
my
like-
life. I endanger my life going on a rolly chair.
Oh wow.
Don't
You guys
fall.
See my
Please don't fall. However, that would be one
Derriere.
hell of a highlight reel. That would definitely be on the Instagram page if you fell.
Well, now I have to consider us for OnlyFans because I kind of showed
Yeah, you did.
a part of my
And you gave it
personal-
away for free too.
Drop
You
drop
gave
your
that.
drop your cash app in the.
Cash App, $, Cordero Ian. You better pay me.
Word, pay
I
up.
know some of y'all might have enjoyed it. And if you're audio only, then don't watch the YouTube. You don't deserve it.
You I feel like you should keep like so my youngest daughter, she has like this little fold up kind of step thing.
Yeah.
So when she goes to brush her
She
teeth
brush her
and when
teeth.
she's like cleaning the dishes and stuff, she just and it just
We should
I'm
chip
not
in and
even-
get him one. 'Tis the season. It's Christmas. We should chip in and get him.
Wow.
because I don't want him. I feel like he has trouble like reaching in the cabinets and
And
stuff
he
like
can use
that.
it at the firehouse.
Oh wow! So you're
Like
using
giving
personal
a season?
conversations that we hold against me.
What personal
Oh, wow.
conversation?
All of a sudden. So yesterday, I'm talking about like, oh, Jordan, I'm in the kitchen trying to make dinner, and I had to go up to the top cabinet to get the air fryer. So I'm telling Jordan, like this is something you don't understand as a tall guy. Like what us short people gotta experience. Like, do you have to get another like contraption to climb up to get into
When
your
you
cabinet?
betrayed his trust, he
I said
confided
that.
in you, Jordan.
I said that in confidence.
He
And
confided
here
in
we
you,
go.
Jordan, and you.
Here we go.
I didn't hear him
man.
say that.
I feel bad participating in that because I was just joking. And now that I know he betrayed your trust, Ian, I'm sorry.
I hate
You
to
got 90
hijack.
seconds, Jordan.
I'm sorry.
I hate to hijack a movement. I don't want it to be like that, but like, short people matter too. You know what I mean? We deserve our respect too.
Word.
You're
I
short.
appreciate short people. You know why?
Try-
Because when I go to the grocery store, there's always a little old lady who asks me to reach up, but it works out because things I need on the lower shelf, that's so far that they come in so handy. They can see when it's all the way in the back. So I really appreciate short people. I feel like we complete each other.
And what makes me more upset about like your gift idea, I already have one of those.
You do?
And more specifically, I have one for my lifted Jeep. You guys know my lifted Jeep that I call Big Bertha. Like I have it there, really for my wife, so she can get in on the other side.
So
but I have it there for that.
When I get rich,
to get into your vehicle,
bro. When I get rich, I'm gonna get you a mechanical lift.
Word.
All you're gonna have to do is press a button that's gonna go get you into whatever you need to get into.
Yo, I think that would be hot. I'm in on that. I'm in on that, Jordan.
All right,
I want to make your life convenient.
See, it's this type of behavior that I have to put the lowercase I on my name because motherfuckers like you guys don't get it. You guys don't get it. No respect.
My bad.
Okay.
So I wanted to, I guess, start. We want to talk about how this came to be, this lovely friendship, this dynamic that we had came to be.
This menage a trois that we have.
Yeah, I was told that I'm the glue that kept the pieces, that put the pieces together. I would
say that you're like the catalyst.
Right.
Like
I would disagree. But because obviously, it was just from pure osmosis that Kyle ended up on our shift. But so to take it back,
was it though?
Everything happens
unless
for
you
a
connection.
reason.
Unless you got connections.
No, I don't.
So I've known Kyle for many, many years. How old was Cam when we met?
Like 2, bro. We going on like 18 years.
So yeah, so we used to work at the hospital together, and we both were housekeepers, and we were extremely efficient at our jobs. So we would be
were you guys hustlers or something? Like, how efficient were you in these jobs? What kind of jobs were we talking?
I can't speak on the past, and I'll never say anything to incriminate myself. But what I'm saying is, they kind of changed it up after I left. I left by choice. But pretty much the way that it was you would get an assignment, right? So there's all those floors in the hospital, and you would have a specific assignment. A lot of people were assigned to different floors, and that was the floor they go to every day. And you do the trash and linen, you do the routine cleaning, anything that needs to be done that pops up throughout the day. You do that.
Baby.
Discharge. When the discharges come, you got to clean the room and make sure that it's ready for another patient, like that, right? I never had an assigned position. I was in an assigned wing, so I had a supervisor, but I was the on-call person. So that means I would float through the 4th floor, 5th floor, 6th floor in the East Pavilion. I would do all the on-call rooms, that's the doctor's rooms. And then I would fill in if somebody was out. I would take their floor over. But I was like a utility guy. I did almost everything. Kyle worked on the evenings. I worked days. But the overtime was crazy, so I was always picking up evenings.
Or I would be there in the days.
Which is how we kind of formulated this relationship. And what we would do in the evenings was we would both have we would meet up like, okay, where you at? What you doing? Oh, you over there? All right, cool. Yo, meet me back here in like an hour, right? So we would go to the floor, go as hard as we could go for an hour, bust it out, and then we would meet back. And Kyle lived right down the little parking lot on the parking lot on the corner of Howard and Davenport.
Howard and Davenport.
Yeah, Howard, Davenport, York. There's that parking lot right across the street from where the ambulance is parked.
Yep.
He lived right past what's that? Vernon?
Yes,
Yeah,
I was gonna say not Vine and Vernon.
between Vernon and Ward.
Right between Vernon and Ward. He lived like the second house up. So we would always leave. You know, we had pagers, so we would know when we had discharges, and we would go play video games for hours.
That sounds about right. What kind of video games? It was like GTA. What's popping back there?
I don't even remember, man. Cam was
That
like
was-
I think
8
GTA.
years ago.
GTA's got to be the most accurate.
GTA, we play fight games.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like so we would do all that.
Oh,
And then
man.
we obviously found out we had a lot of similar interests like music. People don't know on the podcast because Kyle likes to keep it hidden besides when he did his little "we're just ordinary people." But Kyle, and funny enough, I didn't know he sang until he was on our shift. But Kyle is actually a very exceptional lyricist, rapper.
Wait. Okay, hold on. Yeah, wait. That's what I was about to ask. I thought he used to rap with you, or like got up together music, but you didn't know he could sing.
I know he could sing. No, Kyle never sang. See, I was the guy. I walked around the hospital singing.
Singing.
That's what I did.
And you know what? I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah.
You must have been you must have been popular around the hospital.
Bruh. Yo, listen. And I don't even know if he knew, but like he would walk through the hallway singing, and I would be working on the floor, and he'd be like, all right, I gotta go back to my floor. And he'd be singing, and he'd walk, he'd get on the elevator, and like the nurse's panties were just falling off in the hallway. And I was like, who does this guy think he is? Who does he think he is?
But Kyle could have sang. He could have let him know he sang. He did.
He never used his power.
Right.
That's like the one power.
It couldn't be two of us, man. That was his thing already. It couldn't be two of us.
Like I'm a goofball and I'm short, so it's like I wish, like I'm funny, but I wish I could sing because that's like I feel like that's my missing power. That's such a crazy talent to have. It's just to be able to like sing, just like that's.
You'd be surprised how good funny is though.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Funny really gets you over, bro.
It's definitely helped me in the past, but I mean, singing would have drove it home.
It would nail in the coffin.
Yeah, but you know, I might not be here right now if I could sing and be funny too.
You'd be on tour right now.
So me and Kyle were like this.
Yeah.
And you know, throughout the years, even sometimes when you don't see each other frequently, he always kind of stayed at the hospital. He was security, and I would always see him, tell him to get on the job. Yo, apply. So him getting on.
You're missing a part. What's funny is in the time that we interacted, I realized that I knew his brother.
Oh, right.
So like me and his brother were tight. His brother used to do my tattoos. Like, you know, I grew up and his brother was around when I grew up and music and martial arts. And I used to see him at the barbershop and all that. So that we just had all this connectivity. Word. All right, go ahead.
Well, no, I was just gonna say it was interesting when he came on our shift. I was like, oh wow, that's cool. Like because people are like, who we got this guy, Kyle Jones coming to our shift? Who's that? And I remember Listro being like, oh, that Kyle, that's my boy. You know, but other people besides maybe Scotty didn't really know. And I'm like, I'm trying to act like I don't really know. Oh yeah, I think he's a stand-up dude. I heard good things about him. And meanwhile, the whole time I knew him. And then me and you, and we this is like a unlikely relationship, right? Because
yeah, I suppose. I mean, so we've known each other as long as we've been on the job. Or since you've been on the job, that is, and kind of got to know each other through my brother, I guess, right? We say my brother, right. Because you had gotten on, you guys did some team building activity over at the softball field, and you know, I went over there to play with y'all, and I guess that's when we chopped it up, and got to know each other at least initially. And I remember we were talking about, and I came over there to kind of like court. You know, a couple people, really the minorities, talk about, you know, us getting involved in our community and you know, playing a part or volunteering with some of the associations involved in the department. I was just really like trying to promote us putting our time right back into the city.
Mhm.
And I remember you specifically. I mean, there was a couple people, but you specifically were giving me a little heat back, talking about, well, I don't want to even mess up what you were saying. I just know that you were I can't say player hating, but you just didn't want to hear what I had to say at that time. And I remember I'm like, damn, I got a motherfucker that is opinionated just like me, but on the opposite side. I'm gonna have to watch him.
Right. My captain says all the time that sometimes I just debate just to debate. And I wasn't debating just to debate. There's obviously we have a lot of different associations, right? In the fire department. We got the Firebirds, we have the Hispanic Society, we got the Emerald Society. And they all do great things, right? I believe that they all do great things in the community. But for me, it just was always my feeling that, in a sense, those organizations were divisive, and not necessarily to say that they were intentionally divisive. But I think in and of itself, right, having those divisions divide, right? So, especially when I, first got on, I always said, and I have a lot of my uncles a Firebird. I have a lot of good friends that are Firebirds, and I used to always say, let me get on the job first. Let me garner some respect. Hopefully people could see that I'm a worker, that I'm, a solid dude or whatever, before I really start trying to get into all that political stuff. And, I think your view was just like, nah, man, let's do this. And, you are obviously very ambitious. And I'm like, yo, listen, we had a lot of old guys when we first came out. There still was a lot of old guys, right? So for me, I saw organizations that I felt were stuck kind of in the past. And you're like, nah, man, we're the young guys. We got to change this. Like, and you guys need to help us make the. And I just remember us sitting there debating for hours. I think Mo was involved. Pat Schaefer was involved. There was a bunch of dudes that were involved. And we were all just like, we all obviously like fresh on the job, not even out the academy yet. They're like, no, man, we don't want to divide.
Right. We just want to kind of
make our own organization.
Oh, that was a big thing. Like, let's do our own organization. Thing. I'm like, nah, that's the opposite of what I wanted to do, because I wanted to inspire change through our associations, because I felt like they were on the right path, but kind of like what you said. And I mean, maybe I discovered this at a later point, but it is like very political. It is a lot of like different aspects. It's not just as easy as jumping in and helping community. There's a lot that goes into the associations, and sometimes that does bring division, right? That does bring drama, I guess, in general, just because, I mean, it's a group of people, differing opinions and differing ideas on how to do things. So, but at that time, I looked at it as like, and I understood, I was like, they're definitely stuck in the past. I 100% agree with you, but I had thought that we needed to be the catalyst for change, because we were going to be here for 20, 30 years, however many years, and we just needed to do something different. And I felt like we could, but and what's funny now is I felt like my words fell kind of like on deaf ears then. And I want to say maybe like a couple years in, I think people realized how important it was to get involved. But ultimately, like now that we're in year 8, I feel like we're back to square one, where like no progress is made. Division is amongst the ranks, the associations involved, and we're just not being effective or as effective as we want to be.
200 years of tradition unhampered by progress.
Right. We need to get together, and we need to create one organization. No. Listen, I remember.
Before I said, nah, bump that. But I mean, now I'm like, maybe. But you know what? At the same sense, it's like, and you guys know the kind of time and energy I've spent trying to be involved and get in and fight for certain issues. Yo, my energy is spent. You know what I mean? I don't even want to, like, I understand why dudes get on the job and they're like, nah, I'm gonna like come in, punch my time card, Yeah, do my job, and then I'm out. Like I got a family and life outside of that, and I get that because all this. I don't want to say it's just extra shit because it's not just extra, right? I don't want to like say it's nothing, but all the union association stuff, the community stuff takes a lot of time and energy, and if at a if at all on your process, and I guess this is normal, but you encounter some like obstacle or division, like that's very exhausting, especially if you decide to like fight up current to try to like get what you want to get done and accomplished. So
Right.
yeah, I mean it's this job is challenging. Trying to give back, trying to volunteer your time and make sure that you're giving back to the community, not just through your job, because that's easy, right? We can all just help the community by responding to these 911 calls, but I feel like the best part about this job is the accessibility of being able to do more in the community.
Right. So, something that Jeremy White said to me once was he got involved because there was a aspect of paying dues. Like each week you pay dues to the organization, right? And then there's things that they do. And so like the turkey drive and the toy drive and all that stuff. And so I don't even think he's like politically, Blanco's going to speak up. He's going to say, yo, I don't like that. I don't like this. But I think, he made it clear, like my goal or my thought in getting involved in this is just to provide that the weekly, monthly dues to be able to participate in and to go to those events to be able to give back, because obviously coming from New Haven, he saw that stuff growing up and that was something that was impactful for him. So, we got to get involved. But I will say I was really close with your brother because we worked AMR together. And I just remember leaving the softball field that day and I was like, man, this dude, I was like, yo, your brother is nothing like you, bro. He's like super feisty.
But listen,
he was like, yeah, man, it's my brother.
That laid way to a very entertaining dynamic because listen, I can't tell you guys how much I enjoyed sitting in the watch booth while you guys were going back and forth about whatever it was. It was great for me. I had nothing to say because it was just interesting.
I told Ian, I said we need to structure some of these episodes where there's some conflict. Like people got to see us do our debates.
Yeah, I definitely am.
We obviously have to be very careful.
I don't know. I don't know if I wish I had my mic in front of me so I could just like lean in. But like, I don't know if they're ready to see the real me. I don't know if they want. I don't know if I want them to see that.
that is ratings on tap.
Yo, Kyle.
No, you're right.
You're real quiet today.
What you mean?
You're real quiet.
Am I though? Because I've kind of been loud.
No, I mean you're loud. You speak loud, but you're like very just like observant. You're not really. I like that.
Because I'm, like I got GTA
jumpy or.
No, he's not like cutting people off and stuff like that.
Jordan, do you miss me cutting you off? Would you like me to cut you off, Jordan?
We've been long-winded with our response.
You're really making me like rethink.
Well, it's because it was interesting today. How about that? No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. That brings a good point, huh, Jordan? That brings like.
In a world where podcasters fight for a chance to be heard, one man talks more than the rest of them. Follow him on his mission to take over every podcast in America in his riveting documentary, where he shows you he can outtalk the best of them. Yes, Joe Rogan, that means you too. Coming this spring to theaters everywhere. Kyle Alone.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
No, but if I can be serious, you being the way you are today really makes me rethink, because I was poached. I was poached to join another podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Recently?
Yeah, recently. Someone I know called me. they kind of hit me with the Suge Knight.
It's like if you don't want to be with your co-host, all in the video, all
Someone-
in the
What's good? You
interview.
reach Chris. Can't come to the phone right now. But you know what to do.
Hey, yo, Chris. Yo, if you don't want to worry about, you know what I'm saying, like, dudes talking over you, you know, dudes trying to beat you to the punchline, trying to make sure you don't get your point across. You know you always got a seat over here at any old podcast, right? Hit me up.
Yeah.
Damn,
I gotta
man,
rethink that though.
That was a good pitch.
I was
I'm not gonna
considering
lie.
it.
Good. That was
That was a
good.
good pitch.
That was good.
Damn.
But if you know anything about
Shout out-
Death Row, you know.
Shout out to our friends at Any Old Podcast, by the way. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good
nah,
podcast.
I think your performance today.
Uh-huh.
Maybe
Save
because
the
he's not
podcast?
paying attention. I think it's because he's not paying attention to us. See,
Yeah,
we
he's
can't get him to
lying.
do it in person.
He's deep into the GTA. That's
Look at him, you see him.
He's trying to
Nah.
pick up. He's trying to pick up the biddies and collect the loot. You know, Kyle seems like the type like he'll get the woman in the car, drive her to the spot, and then kill her right after and take his money back. Like can't even enjoy it. You can't
Nailed
just
it.
provide to the capitalist economy. Like let her get paid. You're like, nah, I'm gonna get my money back.
Yeah. And you know when you do that, you actually get the money that other people paid her too.
Criminal. It's never. If you really look at it though, it's not a lot. It's really sad. You know, they really need to address, you know, the struggle that women, you know, go through in that video game. They hustle hard for
man.
very little. Yeah, I mean, we need
Right.
better wages for
So, yeah.
for
So
GTA
we need to have a feminist movement in GTA.
for GTA night shift women.
That was good stuff, man. I like that. Very good. Look at you guys.
No, but
It's
Kyle's been
different.
killing it today. You know, he's been involved. He hasn't been stepping over us. I think everything's been going smooth. Maybe it's just because he's not in the same room with us. He's like, nah,
Right.
you know, now I don't have to jump in.
Right.
I don't know.
Nah, I'm sorry, Kyle. I
don't know.
Kyle, I
I'm
didn't
confused.
mean to dump on you, bro. But we talked about Ian's height. We talked about my eyes.
Yeah, we
You're just
have
such a
to. We
flawless
have to.
individual overall that we had to figure out something that was wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? And if it was anything, it's just that you don't let us talk sometimes.
I appreciate
Other than that,
it.
you're perfect.
This is like therapy. Like we need to have these conversations.
Well, Kyle, you know, at least what we could say is that, you know, our quality of our video streaming, and we'll see how it comes to be at the end of the stream. But like our quality of our podcast is probably due to the fact that we're using Android devices and he's using Apple. You know what I mean?
True.
So there's some
Very
value.
true.
There's some value because he always loves to talk. He always
Yeah.
loves to talk that we got these Android devices. But guess what? You know,
I'm actually
got
on a Chromebook right now. So
Look at that.
yeah, but you had to switch to it because what was wrong with your MacBook?
Oh.
yo, don't go putting my business out on the
wait.
streets.
Yo, where's OJ? That mother effer loves his Apple products. Where's OJ? That's right. I'm talking out in support for all us green bubbles. Not that we know we're green bubbles.
Right.
We ain't
Let's
got to
go.
deal with that. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, you do
traditional
know because
colors on
people
our
tell
sites.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
got
love
it.
the
guess
green
what?
bubbles.
Don't bother me. Don't bother me.
Yeah, we should make a
My
sign
shit-
for
my
the
shit
green
work.
bubbles so we can throw it up.
Greenwork gang. You know what I mean? Gang,
You know what I'm
gang.
saying? Green work.
Kyle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you wanna do the hero of the day today? No,
Nah, I'll let Ian do it.
Oh yeah.
he really doesn't want to talk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
What do you mean?
And now, it's time for our hero of the day. Brought to you by the good folks at the Watch Booth.
So for our hero of the day, and we're gonna go probably like on a different spin for this hero, but I really want to talk about this unique thing that's happening in Fairfield. Fairfield just hired its first woman firefighter in almost 30 years, and people might hear that and might not think that's like whatever, but that's like huge, especially in our profession. Our profession for I can't say for whatever reason, but our profession is dominated, excuse me, by men, and we've been trying to really search for diversity, not just in in race, but as well as gender. So trying to get more women on the job because they're important, and they're just as effective as us, and they're a pivotal part in moving forward in this world. So we have firefighter Caitlin Clarkson Pereira. I butchered the last name. I knew I would.
Well, good. I got you.
But she is the woman over in Fairfield. First in, I think they said like just over slightly 25, 26 years to debut on the fire department. She was originally trying to run for office, but her dream job was always to become a firefighter, and she was able to actually, see through to her goal. Yeah, she got it. And her first day, and I feel like we know the struggle as a probie, but her first day happens to be on good old Christmas Eve.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Welcome to the probie life.
Congratulations to her.
Tell your kids goodbye.
So Clarkson Pereira, shout out to you. You are a hero of the day. I hope you enjoy the job and the things that we'll be able to do, being involved in the community, because it looks like that was a big motivation for her, big inspiration in being able to be involved and give back to her community. I hope you enjoy it. It's as good, if not better, than what they say and what you hear. And I'm sure you'll do great things in the city of Fairfield.
Yeah, cool.
Be a trailblazer.
Listen, people don't understand, man. It's the academy is tough to make it through that process. It's impressive.
Well, the whole process from beginning to end, right?
Yeah.
From testing to the academy and then getting on. And I mean, listen, I can't really speak for them. I don't know the struggle firsthand, but we know that women have to persevere a different type of challenge on this job. So, what we were talking about, Jordan was talking about trailblazing, that doesn't end just because she got on. She's going to have to persevere probably through things that we don't understand from beginning to the end of her career. And I hope that she could push through those and inspire women to continue or to become a firefighter, to just continue to break those glass ceilings, because there's a lot of professions that women don't dominate as much or don't, they're not involved as much. And we need women to be involved because we need different perspective. And we just need a more equal balance.
Ideally, we should see enough of it to the point where it's not such a big deal when a woman gets on the fire department.
Right. Like
we want to acknowledge you now, but we kind of want that part of it to disappear to where it's not that, that's not a thing anymore.
Right. Like I don't want to see, like, this shouldn't be a news article. Yeah. Right. I mean, it deserves to be a news article now. We'd like to see the day that, this is not
that's commonplace.
Exactly. So again, shout out to Clarkson Pereira. Pereira. I don't know her ethnicity, whether that's, but, shout out to Pereira, Pereira.
It sounds Latin.
I'm trying to get the accent going, roll that R.
You gotta roll the R.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get flamed for that. So
good luck.
Absolutely, good luck. Oh, and I mean, we'll try to tag her on our social media. Maybe she hears this, maybe she doesn't, maybe she sees a post. But if you ever need any advice, shout out. Link up to us. We have women on our fire department, I'm sure, that can share their experiences.
Absolutely.
And maybe we can link up to continue helping inspire the young women in our communities, whether it's becoming a firefighter or some other first responder, because that's big and key for us.
Yeah.
So, word.
So, Kyle, you gotta do something. So, you want to do a please and thank you?
Hit us with our please and thank you.
Come on, Kyle.
Sure.
Come on, Kyle. I know you got something good brewing in that head.
You should do it in Spanish.
No, don't do it in Spanish.
That would be a good idea.
Por favor.
One day. But today, just what do you got?
Trying to remember. Shoot.
Oh, this guy forgot. I muted myself.
No.
All right, man. Do I need to take this one over?
Maybe. No,
Ah.
wait. I know it. Why can't I think of it right now?
Jesus Cristo. All right. Hit him. Let's hit him with the please and thank you.
Please
So,
and thank you.
community, fellow citizens, what I bring you here today to talk about my please and thank you. Late at night, maybe you're enjoying a fun night out on the town.
Maybe.
Whether it's in New Haven or whatever city that you like to have fun. Maybe you're having a fun night. Maybe
Okay.
you have a drink or two and you're really feeling yourself. 3, whatever
3
it takes.
or 4.
Or 4. Maybe just you lose count after a certain point. And around 2 and 3 in the morning, you get that feeling, that little grumbling feeling in your stomach. And you don't know what it is. But for whatever reason, a light bulb pops up above your head. And you're like, what can I eat? I can go to McDonald's. I can just
Don't want to drive.
I can sandwich. I can eat a sandwich. I can Uber Eats food to my doorstep.
Too expensive.
Easy. Too easy.
Nah, bump all that. I'm gonna boil me some hot dogs. I'm gonna boil me some hot dogs.
Like a good idea.
But hot dogs takes about 15 minutes. You know what? That's fine. I'll put it in the water, put it on the stovetop, and you know what? Let me stretch out over here and lean back, shut my eyes for a couple minutes, and wake up to a smoky environment. Firefighters rushing into your apartment. Yo, what's going on? Is anyone in there? Shoving, and you're like, oh my God, what's going on? Am I being am I being taken over by another country? What's going on here? Just to come to find out that
oh yeah,
I
forgot the pot on the stove.
Yeah, you had too much of a good time. You left the pot on the stove. Now your apartment's full of smoke. Thankfully, just full of smoke. And you got firefighters up in your house at 2 and 3 in the morning trying to take care of your drunk ass. So
please.
My please is don't boil hot dogs at 2 and 3 in the morning. When you are wild.
Don't drink and cook.
Don't drink and cook. Don't drink and cook. It's not a good idea.
Unless you're a chef.
But still, take it easy. Maybe only have 1 glass of vino, 2 glasses of vino.
I'm gonna have
but don't be wild.
Don't drink a whole handle.
Yeah, just don't do that. All right, because we don't want to be up in your house at 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm being selfish because I don't want to be up that late. Helping your drunk ass, and you're like, nah, everything's good, it's fine. It's like, bitch, I'm short, and I gotta go like this to look at you below the smoke line and be like, can you get out of your house because you fucked up? You know what I mean? Don't make my 5'1" ass do stuff like that because you're wild drunk making hot dogs out of all things.
Hot dogs.
So please,
hot dogs.
Don't cook late at night.
And eggs and eggs, boiled eggs.
Oh, true. It's hot dogs and boiled eggs. Is that anything boiled?
Yeah.
Just don't boil.
Why do you boil when you're drunk?
Boiling. And then the kitchen fires are already the most prevalent and common thing that we come across. Just don't. If you know you can't cook in the daytime, definitely don't cook at the nighttime.
Help us
when you're smacked. So yeah, that's my please and thank you. And I forgive that. I know that was very sharp pointed, but listen, man, I've been up a lot at night trying to help you guys because you guys want hot dogs, which to me is just wild. I don't. Come on, man. A boiled hot dog. That's what you're fiending. That's what you're craving. I can't believe it.
You think they can do better?
The fat person in me is just disappointed. There's so many better snacks and meals you can have at that hour.
You can do better than that.
Yeah. So.
Well, that was a good one.
Yeah, I hope I wasn't too aggressive. I felt real aggressive. I got passionate, or as Jordan would say, I was very bullheaded on that one.
Nah, you were good.
Sometimes you got to play angry.
You were good.
All I do is angry. All right. I don't understand.
Well, fellas, that was good.
It's been good.
It was nice to chew the fat with you guys about
I think you like
lighthearted stuff. Huh?
I think you like my line.
I do. But so we will be back more than likely next week to being with each other, which will be great.
And it should be a more festive episode. I can't wait to talk about Christmas. I love Christmas. So
can we talk about who has the best Christmas lights? No. Okay.
It's not me.
We don't want to talk about we don't want to talk about that.
We're running out of time. So everyone, thank you for joining us today on this episode of The Watch Booth. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can catch our podcast anywhere you listen to a podcast. And leave a comment, share, like the video,
and click
hit the bell
for notifications.
For notifications, that's right. And then hit us up on our social media. You know, we got social media, you know, and we love to interact with our audience. Tell us how much we suck. Tell us how much, you know, we're awesome. Tell everyone how I'm the funniest and the most handsome. So, you know, just explain it and share.
And the tallest.
And the tallest.
And send us please and thank yous, please.
How does this always come back to me being short? This is just
really no. We wouldn't say things like that.
All right, guys.
Hit the outro. Hit the outro.
We'll see you next time.
Hit the outro.
Me and my dogs on the front line. Me and my dogs on the front line. Be at your door when it's crunch time. Look, we at your door when it's crunch time. Risking it all to ease your mind. This all to ease your mind. This ain't a game, this is wartime. Look, homie, this wartime, yeah.